Not that we won't do live Facebook Live anymore, not that we won't do YouTube Live anymore, not that there won't be live interaction with you. Just this form of it, after over 500 episodes, has ultimately run its course.
Yeah, it has.
So celebrate, tell your friends, tell your mama, show up this week for the last couple, have a good time with us. But our good friend Jannelle, who, by the way, let me be clear on this, she's so proud of her oldest son. He's making his college transition, his college years transition. It's sort of a gap year, sort of not. It's a little bit of both.
Yeah, it's a little bit of both.
He's headed to DR this weekend. They finally have the date for him to go.
Oh my gosh.
And remember, before she was like, I'm fine. Len's having a hard time. I'm fine.
I sure did say
I'm not
that.
having any trouble. It's just Len. Wow, Len's having trouble. Not me.
Gosh.
So go ahead, give us an update.
Yeah, so I realized when I bought the ticket, like we took him, we spent the year, we saw his apartment, I was good. Then I was like, oh yeah, when people would ask me, I kept saying, yeah, he's leaving end of August, first week of September. But it felt okay until yesterday. Like I kept delaying getting the ticket. Like, oh, we'll see. And then the brothers almost helped me because I got 2 in high school and then Isaiah. And they're all talking about homecoming. And my kids are super close. And so you got the 3 older brothers. And so Joan is a freshman. He's like, oh, yeah, homecoming. And then they asked me, Mommy, can you push back Isaiah leaving so we can have all 3 brothers at homecoming? And I almost gave in. I was like, oh. But then I was just like, yo, there's always going to be a reason.
You got to cut the cord. You got to yank off the bandage. You got to do all that.
Yeah. So I bought the ticket yesterday. And I was like, oh, my goodness, he's leaving on Sunday. Like, he's leaving. Like, we'll wake up day after day, and Isaiah will not be at the house. And he may come back, he may not. Or he may come back and be at an apartment. Like, this may be the day.
It could be so Saturday night could be the last time he's a child in your home.
Oh, my gosh. That, like, it really hit me. I was just like, wow. That was a lot.
So your thought was...
Yeah, end of the road. And you know, he always talks about that guy on Boyz II Men. What's his name, y'all? Who knows his name?
The bass singer. He's not even in the band anymore.
Right.
I think he passed away, actually, maybe.
No,
or no,
he
he retired
didn't.
throat cancer. Something happened. I forget.
No.
I'm making that up, maybe. We don't even know.
What?
He's not in the band anymore. If you see them perform, he's not in the band anymore.
Dude, that matters. What the heck? What?
Oh, gosh.
Okay, go. Are you going to sing on Friday?
No. Well, I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? It's not Friday. I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow.
He might sing on Friday. Mike says, our children grow up so fast. Angie says, Michael. Oh, his name's Michael. Okay.
Yeah. So,
Angie says, oh, Jannelle, I know how you feel. Sometimes it just hits you when you don't expect it. I haven't cried, though.
So, but what her description was, if you were to say, Jannelle, just describe to me her inner thought life, and she gave an articulate view of her world by saying, and I bought the ticket, and I was like, wow. That has now helped mothers everywhere.
I know.
So please give us, if you're willing, give us more description.
Yeah,
like, wow does not describe anything. Wow can be, wow, that's horrible, wow, that's happy, wow, that's scary, wow, that's interesting, wow, that's boring, wow, that's fun, wow, that's...
I realized the finality of it in a weird way. Like, I was just like, whoa, for like, what is that called? Our diario vivir, our daily living, will be with just 5 kids. Like, I have reached the point. That's what it was. I have reached the point where all my kids, just thinking about it. Like, all my kids don't live in my house. You know, and it's almost a point of, like, no return. And then next year...
It is a point of no return. It's not almost like a point
And then you're going to laugh. I've told you about Bebe already and his personality. So Elijah's 17, so next year is his time. And Elijah was like, yo, we were planning his, final planning for his senior year. And then he goes, yo, Ma, like, Isaiah and I were talking, like, our high school years are over. Like, our childhood. It hit Isaiah a few months ago. Then he goes, Elijah said, what am I supposed to do? He's like, am I going to live in the basement? I was like, whoa,
Len's
kid.
like, no, you are not.
Elijah.
That's my basement.
Like, when we went to that carnival or whatever on Sunday, there were kids making lines to do the whole, you know how they do the games, like you got to throw the cornball and then you go and run and put the thing in the basket, and then you run and do the hula hoop, all that. You had kids under 10 in line. Guess who was in line? Elijah. He was just like, oh, of course. Like, his mind hasn't matured in that way as quickly as Isaiah. So it's just interesting just to see all of that play out. And I know some of you guys are there, like, when your kids start leaving. I saw you've seen some of your friends dropping their kids off at college. One of my dear
some peers that
friends,
did that.
dear friends, Taria Williams, her husband's on the show often. When we first met, my son was 9, her daughter was 9 months. My son was 6 months old, like on the car seat, on the high chair. And like yesterday, she just posted pictures of her daughter in college. Wow, like what the heck? It's just not fair. Mike says if Jannelle gave us a specific and detailed explanation of her mind, we'd be scared of that forest.
So you let it slip at the end. It's not fair. What does that mean?
That is so short. If you look at lifespan, I've thought of this part before. The lifespan of their, like, the whole thing. We're only like 1/4, if that, of their life. And like it's done for Isaiah. Most of his life he will be without me. Let's not forget when he gets married. That's going to be a whole other conversation. You know? It's like, wow.
So
You do all of this and they just leave you. What are your thoughts?
So
you got a junior in high school.
I don't have to worry about that yet. So
What's up, YouTube? Say hello. Oris, are you out there?
So you're going to be saving money on groceries. It's going to be quieter, and you've got more time and attention for Len.
For Len? Oh my gosh. Kelly says this is why it's so
Wow,
important.
I hope he doesn't watch this.
This is why it's so important to pour so much into your relationship with your spouse while raising kids. Amen. It will eventually just be the two of you. Yes. We're kind
Says the
of
woman
there.
who just scoffed when I said she'll have more time for Len.
I mean, no, because Isaiah left. You should know that. I still got 5 in the house. I mean, we still,
but in theory, you have extra time now.
Not really. No, I don't know if you're there, but like when you got a senior in the house and they drive and he's working, like this summer he's been working 43 hours a week. Like that kid, he's not pulling as much. Because Len said that too. Oh, you know, it's going to be a lighter load. And I'm like, okay, by the time they get to this point, except for Elijah, they're not really, if anything, they're helping. Like the kids got bad news because Elijah hasn't gotten his license. Elijah's like amazing. Oh my gosh. And Len was like telling the older boys so messed up. He's like, the days of Isaiah giving you rides to the mall and to the gym, it's over. Isaiah's leaving. Like, they were just like, whoa, like he was our ride. And it's gone. So that's what I'm saying. If anything, help has left.
So at what point will you say you'll have more time for Len? When how many kids are gone?
We've been there. Like, for example, my sister has kids 11 and younger. And she asked me that because this could actually be a whole topic. We got cousins in DR, and she was just in DR, and their philosophy is you got to make time for your spouse. And so they got little kids under 5, and they go on trips all day long without their kids. They leave them with grandma and grandpa. And they're like, yo, y'all are crazy. You take your kids with you. Our philosophy is different. And so Giselle said, yo, is she on to something? And then I told her, in the first few years, like when you got babies, it's just a season you got to know with your spouse. When we do go out, it's babysitters, and we're not going to have a lot of time. And then I told her, I'm at a season where I still got kids at home, but I can do that now because you got older kids that watch. So my point is, we're in that season. You're in that season. You can spend more time with the kids. I mean, with Sarah, because the kids are not as demanding, but they're still
Yes
in
and
the
no.
house.
I mean, yes and no. I think that when we have one out of the house, the load will lighten just a little bit.
Really? So what do you think about what I'm telling you? If anything, that's mostly your babysitter, your ride. They could go grocery shopping for you. I mean, that's leaving. That's like another adult
part
that's
of it's
helping.
Because part of it's because you and I do things differently. Like my kids don't do that stuff.
Okay.
I don't send them into the grocery shopping. They're not
Yeah.
giving anybody a ride anywhere right now.
Yeah.
They're so close in age that Grace
Yeah.
doesn't even have her license yet, and she'll
Yeah.
only have it at home for a year and a half.
Yeah.
She'll get it partway through her junior year in high school.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
not better or worse or here or there.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
So at what point do you think, like, when how many kids have left, will you go, wow, now I can breathe, I have extra time?
I can breathe. I have extra time.
Or this many kids have left, now I'm less busy. But there's no right answer. I'm just
I don't
curious.
know. Yeah, I don't know. Because, I don't know. That's an interesting question. Less busy? I mean, you still got kids. They got to eat. They demand from you. They're kids. They need rides. They got practices.
But again, there's not a right answer. I'm just curious.
Yeah. I think right now, when we get the next driver, which may not be Elijah, because by the time he gets his license, he's going to be gone, it will lighten up a lot. And that's Jonah. So that's like next year. You know, the one driver all day long is really a load. But then I don't know, you're not there yet. But when you get the driver, they're also working and busy. So it's not like they're just, that it's like a month where they want to do everything for you because they're driving, and then quickly that goes away. So I don't know. Good to think.
What number is this?
500, Kelly.
Episodes of Overtime. I have a number of philosophies in life, and I'm making this one up as I go, but it rings true. And it's that you want to end on a high note, to steal something from Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Why
you don't want
do
people
something-
telling you, like, man, seriously, y'all again?
Right. Yeah. And why do this until the point where no one is watching, and we're like,
Yeah.
well, I guess we better stop because no one's watching.
Yeah.
There's also that after 500 episodes, over 500 episodes, we feel like we've done what we need to do with this, and we're going to try something new. It's not that we're going to be hanging out. Like, we're going to be connecting with you in a live way, but it's in a different context.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you want to stay connected and see how that develops over time.
Yeah.
From overtime.
Rachel says, oh my, though I have no kids, my siblings are all experiencing this. The deal is it's impacting me as if they were my own kids. I feel for my siblings and can't imagine having to adjust to this change. I'm just the aunt. The auntie is awesome. My sister's amazing. She's mommy number 2. That's what the kids call her. Eva says, when the youngest is self-sufficient because the oldest are going to be leaving.
She's probably saying that's when things are going to lighten up.
Yeah, that's the thing. When you have a youngest, and then
once my youngest is middle school age.
Yeah, that's true.
What are they going to want to hang out with their dad?
My kids, I mean, we got different. Like, my kids want to hang out with me, Now they're busy. They got friends. I told you about Isaiah.
And that's
He's
what I'm saying.
Gone.
Like, I'm not saying they don't want to hang out.
Okay. I see what you're saying. They have a life. Yes.
They have a life outside the house. It's not like, oh, my friends are calling, but I'd rather be with you.
Yes, I agree.
And it's okay if your kids are like that. I'm just saying mine aren't.
No, I agree. I thought you were saying, because I told you I saw that in my middle school and high school. Kids didn't want to be with it. Like, they were just whack with their parents. You're saying the opposite. Because I was going to say, Miss Raina's 10. And she's like, she'll say, hey, what's up, Mom? But what she's trying to do is be outside with her girls. So I could only imagine when she's 13, 14. She's going to be like, Mommy, I miss you, but peace out.
Bye.
Novella says, I don't comment much, but I will miss the overtime show. But looking forward to what's coming new in the future. We love y'all, so we got some more stuff coming. Viola. Oh, love when you tune in. She says, you think your life gets slower after kids grow or retire. Or when you retire. It didn't for us. I took care of my mother for 12 years, had a whole slew of grandchildren. No regrets. Our lives are blessed.
No, I totally get that perspective.
It is true, though. I could see it getting busier. I'm already kind of
I could see it
that.
getting busier, too, when the kids get older, of you being able to finally reclaim some of your own life.
Yeah.
that you are totally unable to do.
Yeah.
Yesterday, no moment was my own.
Yeah. Your identity. Oh my gosh, for real. I feel you.
And so there will be a point when maybe there'll be grandkids, maybe I'll be taking care of parents, but I'll be able to have Tuesday night where I get to choose what I do.
Yeah. I see it in my mom. My mom took care of her mom. She took care of my dad when he was sick, took care of us. But she's at a season now. Like, she made a determination. And she's like, I'm not spending any more winters in the States. Like, she just told us that. And so what she says is, I'm there to help, but it's almost, she doesn't say it, but this is what it is. She's like, it's when I want to. And I come and leave when I want to. It's not like, she doesn't like when we're like, we can't do it unless mommy helps, so she's tied down. She's like, no, I'll come and help a little bit and then leave.
Yeah, and I don't plan on being a daycare provider for my grandchildren unless, you know, something tragic happens or something intense happens where it needs to happen for a season. But I want that. That's what Sarah and I think are planning for our grandkids, is that we be a wonderful presence in their lives, and we're there when we can be, and there's times when we are living our married life as best we can.
I like it. Mike says, well, Rob, hopeful thinking, no Facebook Live. Brian's carving out more time to hang out with me. I feel you, bro.
Rob, I'd love to see you again. Still waiting on Len.
Y'all need
to reach
Len.
Out. I texted Len, I think you did, asking him, hey, we'd love to hang out again with Rob.
Wow.
This was like a year ago. Let us know when you're available because you're the busy one. Still waiting.
Mike says, some of the hardest things I experience are the decisions the older ones make despite good advice. Those are things we can only pray for. Oh, right. Yeah. Alrighty, y'all. It is time to leave.
Peace.
Peace.
See you mañana.